in some of my favorite book. The author. I'm not understanding this. What's going on? I don't know how to read. To motivate myself. To motivate. I cannot read out loud properly. And that's not right. There was a comma. There was no comma there. I was so confused. Okay, I'm gonna take that as me. Yes. Okay. I am angry at this book. I don't know how to read. Great. Okay, yeah, I'm so stupid. Yeah, okay, it makes sense. The sentence makes sense. Mother, that doesn't write. Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome if you're new. If you're hi, I'm Bra. I'm 19 years old and I love to read and talk about books, and this is a little place on the internet where I just thought I talk about books and do book related things. And for today's video, I want to read the 1-star reviews people have given to the books I gave a 5-star review because I love them. So I've seen this a few times in some of my favorite booktubers channels, and I thought, why not to do it? And I thought it was a good video idea, and I really want to know why people hated the books I absolutely adore. And I'm gonna do a second part where I'll be doing the opposite. I'm gonna be reading 5-star reviews people have given to the books I hated and I gave 1-star reviews, but that's for the next video, for the second part, because now we have to know, well, I have to know why people didn't like the books I absolutely adore. So come with me to that. If you're excited, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not. You have all the links down below to my Goodreads, my storygraph, my Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, like all my social media is down below, and just in case you want to go there and follow me. And now let's get on with the video. Okay guys, so I'm here with my handy dandy computer to read the reviews on the books. I would do it with my phone, but because I film with my phone, I cannot read in front of a camera and film at the same time. So my computer is here to help. The first book I'm going to be reading 1-star reviews of is A Little Life. Because in case you didn't know, that was the last 5-star review I gave to a book. I absolutely adore the book. It broke me into pieces. I still cry every night about the book. I still remember every single part, every single word, every single scene, line, everything. I remember everything about the book like I finished it yesterday. It was so good. I really want to know why people didn't like this. And apparently there's people who didn't like it. 12,695 reviews, like 1-star reviews. So this says, brace yourself for the most melodramatic, pretentious, dull, dumb, overwritten, repetitive, laughable, cringy-inducing, self-indulgent, unbelievable, stereotypical, voyeuristic, I don't think that's the word, but apparently it is, contrived piece of fiction. After pushing through and trying to motivate myself to finish the book just to see if there was more to it or some kind of message there, I'm putting this book down for good. 90% in. They were almost done with the book. 90% in is almost done with the book, and they DNF'd it. Oh my goodness. Normally I would have kept going just to find out what happens to the characters, but honestly I care so little about any of them. How can you say you don't care about the characters? Malcolm and Willem are the best characters ever. They're my boyfriends. My book boyfriends are Malcolm and Willem and GB, but JB is an alcoholic addict, so maybe not that good, but he's still amazing. How can you say that? Oh my god, okay. They can all die or live. They just remain empty characters just to me, and I have better things to read. At least it was over the top. It gave me a good laugh every now and then. I mean, at least you laugh, right? I still cannot believe you said you didn't like the book. I mean, this is from 2018, but still, how can you say you don't like the characters? Like, I'm gonna take that as something said specifically to make me mad. I hated this. I cannot recall another that so raised me ire. An uber leftist premeditated kumbaya plotting so far into the whimper Sefer that I could legitimately be considered an ironic humdinger. Why do you use weird words? I don't know how to read any of those, and I don't know what they mean. I don't like this. Or the kind of paternalistic elitism against which Middle America are voicing vengeance, delivering us the worst leader in the U.S. history. Are we reading the same? Did we read the same book? What? I think we didn't read the same book. What is going on? Okay, I'm not gonna continue reading that because I don't know. This guy says, I am angry that this book exists. I am angry that this is sad, sick, shoddy fantasy is being treated as a word-worthy literature. That I was duped by it into an unearned emotional response. I mean, it's in a word-worthy literature book. Like, it deserves the words it got. Like, yes. Anyway. I think the biggest problem with A Little Life is that Yanahira clearly has no interest in the real lives of real people. Not true. Not true. And what is really like to be a victim of child abuse, to be poor, to be disabled, and what gay men lives and relationships are really like. So instead, she made it all up. No, she didn't. No, she didn't. I don't know what it's like to be an abused child. I don't know what it's like to be a disabled or a gay man. I know less of what they had to go through in America. Like, I don't know. But she didn't made anything up. Like, I've read some stuff that is the most realistic things I've ever read. Like, it's so crazy. Okay. A Little Life exists in a nonsensical parallel reality where New York exists in a constant historical state of now, with no Gulf Wars, no 9/11s, and no humanitarian or environmental disasters, while the rest of America is stuck in the 1950s, but with the full wireless internet access. If A Little Life were not bad enough in itself, the things Yanahira has said about it make it so much worse. Yanahira originally said she was only interested in writing about suffering and that she had not done any research into child sex abuse. I mean, she does write about suffering a lot, and I don't know if she did research on child sex abuse. I don't know that, but I'm gonna think she did, because their specific things are so specific. It's so hard. They're almost impossible to read because how hard it is to read them, because of the content, not because it's not interesting or because it's like boring. It's because the content. Later she wrote a very condescending piece about upsetting the reader as some kind of meaningful pursuit, and after the claim to be fulfilling some kind of public duty of forcing us to confront the depths of humanity cruelty. Yanahira has also said some very unpleasant things with regards to mental health and suicide, which combined with every very unpleasant messages in the book about consent and victimization, what makes the whole project morally dubious. What is that? I'm gonna look for that. What is the word dubious? I have never heard that word in my life. What is it? Oh, okay. I don't know. It is very obvious that Jude is a puppet created by Yanahira to suffer. To suffer and suffer in every specific ways. And to that, the whole story is so contrived and nonsensical that it has no meaning. The only cruelty we learn about is Yanahira's. I mean, Jude is the main person who suffers, like the one who suffers physically the most. But the rest of the people, like the friends and the rest of the characters, also suffer. but suffer in different ways. They all suffer. Like, they all have really bad lives. Like, not bad lives, but some of them have very hard lives. I mean, and if you think JB's life is not suffering, I'm sorry, but you're wrong. I'm right. The first contrivance is due to himself. The idea that no one would want to adopt him as a baby makes no sense. He is described as having green eyes, skin that turns bronze into the sun, and straight brown hair. This apparently makes him too black to adopt. Okay, I don't. Okay, sure. Next is the monastery itself. That Jude was left there in the first place when it was not set up as an orphanage. I mean, it was a monastery. It was a monastery, not an orphanage. That he survived past infanthood. I mean, if you said he survived, I mean, he did, but it's like he didn't, because oh my goodness, what happened in that monastery? I don't want to give spoilers, but be careful with those parts, because oh my goodness. Okay. That they didn't call social services to come and take him away since he resented him so much that an order dedicated to poverty resented the cost of one more mouth to feed. That an order of Franciscans spent no time praying or meditating or doing community outreach. That all the monks are brilliant teachers in subjects like mathematics and Greek. That Jude never seems to have any Catholic faith to lose, despite being raised in a Catholic order. Do you believe I just read that whole paragraph and I don't know what the paragraph is about? Like, I understand the words, but I just read them. I didn't focus on what is said, you know? I don't know if it makes sense, but yeah. That's why I cannot comment on it, because I'm not processing the message, I'm just reading. What is all for? What does any of this mean? It included an emotional response in me. I was left feeling like I had been passed through a metal grinder after reading it. That is completely true. When you finish the book, it's like you got broken in many, many different ways. Like, it's like everything you got. I don't even know how to explain it, but I do agree with that. But with hindsight and reflection, it's meaningless. It is wallowing in meaningless, nonsensical suffering for its own sake. And she tells us nothing about the human condition. She does, right? I mean, she does. Okay, next one. There is no denial that Mrs. Anne Harriet can write, but her ability to create believable characters is underdeveloped. Not true. This book has the most, one of the best character developments I've read in so long. There was no single real character in this book, and it never ascended above the soap opera level in its deception of its character. I found the book exceedingly distasteful in the way it keeps on soliciting the most basic emotional responses from its readers. I can only say that I am so relieved that I have finished this abuse and torment extravaganza. I mean, I'm so sad you finished it because it's so good. But I mean, if you didn't like it, I understand why. But still, it was so good. I think I'm gonna just stop with these because they're long, most of them. So, they're very, very long. Some people just want to give hate, apparently. Okay, what book should I look for next? I'm gonna look for And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie, because that's one of my favorite books of all time. It was the book that got me into reading, in case you didn't know. So this book has a very specific and great place in my heart. So let me read what these people think about why these people didn't like this marvelous masterpiece. I was supposed to care when the people started dying, right? I mean, yeah, that's the whole point. They start dying, you have to guess why and how and who, all the questions. Well, I didn't. Quite frankly, every single character in this book is extremely dull, and not surprisingly, the book overall is a snooze fest. I did not care who was murdering them. I mean, if you didn't care, why didn't you stop reading the book? Like, the whole point of Agatha Christie books is that there's someone dying and you have to guess, like, and there's someone who kills that person. You have to guess who that is, and you read it. And while you read, you find things. That's the whole point. Clearly, they were being killed for issues in their past that the murderer feels angered by. Obviously. In the very beginning, he was intrigued by Soldier Island. By the island. But when everyone comes together, it is glaringly clear that they are all aboard and the book was not going to improve. Overall, I felt like I was reading the game Clue. This make a decent movie. There's a series. In case you're interested, if you have read the book and you want to see it, it's like a 3-episode series, like this main series people sometimes do. So it's basically the whole book in like 3 episodes of like an hour each. It's like watching 3 films, but it's like a series. It's so good. The actors are pretty famous, if I remember right. But yeah, there's a main series, not a film. Well, I think there's not a film of it. I don't know. One may exist, I don't know. I care so little, I never bothered to check. I doubt I will be reading another Agatha Christie novel, and this is touted as one of her better ones, and I was bored to tears. I'm sorry you didn't like it, but if you don't like it, that means you have a horrible taste. Of course not. I mean, that was a joke, okay? That was a joke. We all have different tastes, and it's fine. That was a joke. Promise. Oh, this is like a line. Okay, 1-star review. 1 little soldier boy out of 5. 10 an interesting British people walk politely about murder. Oh, that sounds so American. For about 250 pages. That's a review. That's literally the review. There's no review. There's no actual review, just a line. The original lead title and the revised title all fucked up. 1-line review. Wonderful. Man, people are weird. I want to know what people think of The Song of Achilles, because obviously that's one of my favorite books. Like, obviously. As a gay person, this book is literally wonderful. Okay. I am so fucking mad at this book. I'm sorry. Sad to say this, but it offers nothing more than LGBTQ young adult romance, which just happens to be set during the Trojan War. Yes, that is what the book is about. I don't know why you didn't like that. Like, I don't think you didn't like it because it was LGBTQ themed. If it was a young adult romance and you don't like young adult romances, if it was, it is because it's a gay book in the Trojan War, right? I mean, there were gay people there for sure. I mean, Achilles and Patroclus were gay. I mean, they were just friends. Patroclus is portrayed as a whiny little bitch, incapable of yielding a spear instead of a great warrior he is in the Iliad. That makes Achilles' decision to let Patroclus pretend to be him to look like nothing more but a suicide mission. Only if by some magic he manages to kill Sarpedon, not because of his skills, but blind luck. After barely surviving this, he decides to climb the walls of Troy. What the actual fuck? The book is so good. What the actual fuck is going on here? I don't understand you. Achilles chooses to claim Briseis just to save her? Question mark. And both him and Patroclus create some sort of refuge calm for young girls. Patroclus even teaches them Greek and poetry skills. And that's wrong? Or bad? I'm not understanding this person's thoughts. Excuse me if I missed something, but is he the new Sappho? Maybe. You don't know that. Also, Patroclus sleeps with Deidamia, who bears Achilles' child, just because he feels bad for her. I am sorry, but if the love of your life slept with someone and impregnated her, I really doubt the logical reaction would be to sleep with the same woman out of pity. No, no, no. 100 times no. The second star is for Miller's writing style and the beautiful final scene. There's no second star. But okay. Say second star. I still don't know why these people didn't like it. I mean, I don't think any of the things she said were bad. I don't know. Maybe just me. It appears this book was such a drag to read. I pushed myself through this one because everyone was saying that the ending was so good. But Alice, I have been let down once more. I'm sorry, but I don't agree with you. I understand your point of view, but I don't agree with you. I do say I didn't cry as much as people have cried, but I did cry a bit, just a tiny bit. And okay, I don't agree, but I respect. They said with a fake smile. I found that this dragged on, and honestly, the writing style was not my favorite. I mean, that is pretty personal. I mean, if you don't like the writing style, that's a bit of a problem. Not to mention, there's a page where Agamemnon was mentioned literally 9 times by name. It was painful. I cannot do it. Nope. So, thanks for nothing, book talk. All you gave me was Evelyn Hugo. Another great queer book. I mean, you didn't like this one, but you liked Evelyn Hugo, so I don't think that's bad at all. And now that we said that, okay, guys, so that was something. That was an experience, and that was something. What we have learned about this: first, I don't know how to read. Second, I don't know how to read. And third, people love to comment bad things on the internet. People like to spread hate, apparently, and I don't know why, but apparently they do. So that was something to study, and I don't have words. I don't have words. So I think it's time to finish this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. You've learned I don't know how to read, but I know how to read good enough to read books. So it's just I'm not good at reading out loud. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. You'll see the second part of this. You'll see it soon enough, don't worry. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next video. And yeah, thank you so much for watching.